Good afternoon, one and all. We, on behalf of Symbiosis Law School, Pune, would like to welcome you to the valedictory function of the 7th Symbiosis B. Krishna Memorial International IPR Moot Court Competition 2015. After a grueling 3 days of intense intellectual arguments, we would like to conclude this competition and start off this function with some good news.
On this auspicious occasion, we are pleased to announce that the team representing Symbiosis Law School, Pune, has qualified for the world rounds of the 6th edition of the Leeds Serene International Air Law Moot Court Competition to be held from 9th to the 12th of April 2015 at Beijing in China. We were amongst the top 4 teams which qualified for the world rounds of this prestigious competition. To commence this valedictory ceremony, may I now request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp.
We thank the dignitaries for starting the event on such an auspicious note. As this long-awaited valedictory ceremony comes to an open, we kindly request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Director, Symbiosis Law School, Pune, to deliver the welcoming address.
Honorable Judge Mrs. Fansalkar Joshi, Madam, dear Counsel Mrs. Pratibha Singh, my esteemed colleague and co-partner in this prestigious event, Mr. Manish from the Krishna and Saurashtri, my esteemed other colleague and counsel in Government of Sikkim and also a senior advocate in Supreme Court, Mr. Mariyarpatam, dear Professor Murlidhar, Professor and Advocate Murlidhar, who is also a great hand, magic behind the success of this prestigious competition, esteemed faculty members, other guests and invitees, most of all dear participants, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. As we draw to the close of this competition, I recall the hard work put in by the Moot Court Association of our institute, the meticulous preparation, planning, and also the way in which crises were handled, problems were handled, and the extreme high level of competition put forth by each and every participant from various corners of the country and also from abroad, from Bangladesh. I welcome you to this ceremony, which is standing as a crowning glory for the 2.5 days of hard work that has gone in, and also more than 2 to 3 months of preparation on the part of each and every student. Madam Singh, this stands as a testimony to the effort that both the law firm, which is in collaboration with this institute, and the institute in its own right, having center-staged IPR and innovation in its core, true to its location in Pune, which is also leading in terms of National Innovation Council, etc., has seen that we contribute to the capacity building, as my colleague Advocate Muralidhar said in the inaugural ceremony. When we inaugurated this function, we had none other than National Licensing Authority's chair, Scientist Raj Hirwani. And when we conclude this ceremony, in the finals of the competition, we have eminent judges in the form of yourself and also our sitting judge, Mrs. Shalini Phansalkar Joshi, and Mr. Mariyarputtam, with his vast experience as a lawyer, as a member of the Law Commission, 19th Law Commission, and also still as the Standing Counsel in Government of Sikkim. I don't think there could be any better combination to witness this kind of a competition coming to a close than your expertise. As we are going to eagerly wait, along with all the students, to know who the real winners are, I also would like to welcome each and every one of you to celebrate the victory of every participant in terms of participating in such a competition. I feel there is no loser in a competition of this magnitude. Everybody who participates sets a trend and sets the bar high for oneself and for the rest of us. And I was told the way the problem was drafted and the way the problem was received by the students and the way it was presented by the various mooters also holds a kind of great standard for the future, for the days to come. I welcome each and every one of you, and I also congratulate each and every one of the participants, each and every one of the judges who helped us in identifying the final winners and also in identifying a few more talents in the form of many other awards which are going to come. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am. We would now like to request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, ma'am, Director, Pune, to kindly felicitate our chief guest for today, Honorable Dr. Justice Shalini Phansalkar Joshi.
Thank you, ma'am. We kindly also request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, ma'am, to kindly felicitate Senior Advocate Pratibha Singh of the Delhi High Court.
Thank you, ma'am. We would also like to request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, ma'am, to kindly felicitate Advocate A. Mariyarputtam.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we kindly request Dr. Bindu Ronald, Deputy Director, SLS Pune, to kindly felicitate Advocate Manish Sarashi, Partner, Krishna and Sarashi Associates.
Hello.
Thank you, ma'am. We would also like to request Dr. Bindu Ronald, ma'am, to kindly felicitate Professor Asma bint Shafiq, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, University of Chittagong, Bangladesh.
Thank you, ma'am. We have with us today in this gathering Advocate Pratibha Singh, Senior Advocate, High Court of Delhi. Advocate Pratibha Singh is a leading intellectual property lawyer in India. Ma'am is a graduate of the University Law College of Bangalore, and she completed a master's in law from Cambridge University and has more than 22 years of experience in practice. She has been honored with the Best Woman IP Litigator in India Asia Award by Euromoney Asia. Over the years, she has been a recipient of various awards, including the IP Litigator of the Year 2012 and the winner of the Asia Women Business Award given by the Managing IP. In 2012, the Pratibha M. Singh Cambridge Scholarship for LLM students was instituted at Cambridge University, which grants complete scholarship to Indian students who have a strong interest in the study of intellectual property law. Advocate Pratibha Singh has been involved in a number of high-profile IP-related cases, including the Novartis case. Ma'am has handled several litigations for telecom giants for the enforcement of various standard essential patents in the field of telecommunications. She has dealt with a large number of trademark litigations, including comparative advertising disparagement, design, copyright, and patent litigation. She has been appointed as the amicus curiae to streamline the working of the Copyright Office. We now request Ma'am to say a few words to this gathering.
Her Ladyship, Justice Shalini Joshi, Dr. Shashikala, my colleague Mr. Maria Putam, and Mr. Manish Surashtree and Mr. Murlidhar from Krishna and Surashtree, faculty members and dear students. It's absolute pleasure to be here in Symbiosis, and I was just telling your teachers and your faculty members, Professor Kulkarni, Swapnil, etc., who have met me since last evening and showed their hospitality to me, that I think I have a strong connection with Pune, because at least 4 or 5 colleagues of mine who are in my office are from Pune, 2 from Symbiosis, 1 from ILS and 1 from Ferguson. So it's the highest for a city in India. We got a very nice tour of your college this morning, which Dr. Shashikala gave us. And the first thought that came to my mind was, I wish I could go back to college and study again. Okay, all of you children should know that it's a real, boon and a blessing for all of you to be able to have such world-class facilities to study. It's also a blessing to have excellent teachers who are so committed to you and who are also committed to learn the subjects themselves and impart the education to you. This was not so about 20 years ago or 30 years ago when all of us were studying in colleges. Though our faculty members were very committed, they didn't have the same kind of facilities which you all have today. I remember when I was studying in Bangalore University Law College, there were no computers at that time, technology hadn't come in, there was no internet, and to participate in the SLS Moot, I remember, we had to go to Dharwad by train to get the American Journal of International Law to be able to even refer to it, right? So all of you have it at the click of a mouse right now. So please make use of it and do not waste your time while you're in college. College is meant to enjoy plus study and also have intellectual satisfaction. So these colleges which have such world-class facilities are something that you need to look forward to and make the best use of while you are in college, right? This time will never come back, so please make good use of it when you are here. You will always miss your college when you go into the profession and to the grueling rut of 14 to 16 hours of working every day, okay? According to me, the moot court problem which I read, if I can say with the greatest of respect to the person who has set it, it's made a complex subject quite simple. It had all the necessary ingredients and important principles of patent law, which are current, which are so current that some of the judgments have just come out like a few months ago. So the fact that you've been exposed to almost all the case laws through this problem and all the important principles, I would say hats off to the person who has set the problem. It's been a very nice problem, very simplistically put. And some of the students who were being judged in the final round, I must admit that their courage was extremely creditable. They had huge confidence. They were not scared about answering questions on technical matters about the pentylene ring and the methyl substitution and whether it would be a new substance or a known substance. These are complex questions which are put to us in courts right now. To be able to answer and even not, kind of not even lose your cool while a judge is putting that question itself means that all of you have done a lot of reading. I'm sure apart from the finalists who came in, even the ones who were in the earlier rounds did a lot of work, and it was a very tough competition. All of you should pat yourselves at the back to really to be able to understand this complex problem and to analyze it. The first examination report, the patent specification, etc. are complex things to understand. I remember the first domain name case which we handled in the Delhi High Court almost 15 years ago. I had drafted the plaint and there was a senior counsel who was arguing the matter. There was a judge who was presiding that particular bench, who is now a judge of the Supreme Court. And when we stood up to argue, the senior counsel stood up, the judge actually asked the senior counsel, so-and-so, please tell me what is the meaning of a domain name. So the senior counsel also said, my lord, even I don't know, only she can explain what a domain name is. So it is a kind of a learning process, and that's the beautiful thing about the legal profession. We learn about the internet, about domain names, about meta tagging, about pharma, about telecom, about diagnostics. On a day-to-day basis, you have to be a jack of all, actually. I mean, to be a jack of all and to be able to communicate with the judge on a simple level is an art, and that art is being kind of chiseled to you during these moot court competitions, and all of you should take complete advantage of these opportunities which are made available to you and grow mentally, grow in your advocacy skills by utilizing these opportunities. As going forward, I have a couple of things to say to young law students who are going to be budding lawyers. Please don't go towards what package do I get when I graduate. Please don't go towards money. Litigation is tough only for the first 2 or 3 years. Money always comes. And by the time money comes, you won't even bother about it. So in your initial years, please don't focus on money. As long as you can survive, most law firms pay well. Most litigating lawyers do pay well nowadays. Please participate in the justice delivery system. The entire training is a waste if we as citizens cannot participate in litigation. Most children nowadays want to go into multinationals as jobs or into law firms doing corporate work morning till evening. That is a good thing. There is a lot of need even there. But then let me tell you, the satisfaction you get when you argue before a judge, you get an order and you go out. Even if it's an individual client coming from a small gully in your city, the satisfaction is completely irreplaceable with money. Don't therefore focus on money. Don't therefore focus on packages. Most of the youngsters I see, they say, oh ma'am, we need to have work-life balance. I don't understand what that is, according to me. Work-life balance cannot mean that you will only work till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock and then go to a party or to a pub in the evening. That's not work-life balance. We as citizens in our country have a duty to take the country forward to the next level. Right? So please don't shun litigation. Please don't shun working hard. Working hard will take you where you want, and you will be there. You will realize very quickly that it will give you the right work-life balance. You will be able to manage your personal life with the work, and you will have much better stature, much better satisfaction once you've reached there. Okay? So I think we should not simply encourage people, we should encourage people to go into litigation, and that is a request which I would make even to the faculty members. Even 10 to 15% of law students don't come into litigation today, if you go by the statistics, which is not too much. We should focus on litigation. We need better lawyers. We need better judges, and that's how the country will go forward. With that in mind, I would like to say, Please never forget quality. Excellence should be the aim, and you'll all shine very nicely in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Today we have with us Advocate A. Mariyarputtam, Advocate General of Sikkim. Advocate A. Mariyarputtam did his BA in English Literature from Scott Christian College, Tamil Nadu. He then got his BL LLB degree from the Government Law College, Pondicherry, Madras University, where he stood first in the college. Sir practiced in the Madras High Court from 1980 to 1981. He then started practice in the Supreme Court of India in January 1982, where he joined the chamber of Shri P.P. Rao, where Sir joined the chamber of Shri P.P. Rao, senior advocate, as his junior. Sir has been practicing in the Supreme Court of India ever since. Advocate Mariyarputtam stood first in the Advocate on Record exam held in May 1984 by the Supreme Court of India. In 2008, the Supreme Court of India designated him as senior advocate. Sir has also been the Advocate General for the state of Sikkim from 5th May 2010 and a part-time member of the Law Commission of India from 2nd August 2010. Sir has been a panel lawyer for the Union of India in the Supreme Court of India from 1984 and appeared in a number of important cases for the Union of India. At present, Sir is on the panel for special engagement. Sir was also retained as Advocate on Record by the Delhi High Court for its cases in the Supreme Court of India from 2000 to 2008. Sir has been a panel lawyer for the Medical Council of India from 2001 to 2008. Sir was the editorial assistant to Justice Hidayatullah, former Chief Justice of India and Vice President of India, wherein the book Constitutional Law of India was published, and the editor-in-chief was Justice M. Hidayatullah himself. We would now like to request Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Madam Justice Joshi, Dr. Sashikala Gurpur, Director of the Law School, Madam Pratibha Singh, Senior Advocate, Mr. Manish Saurashtriya, my good friend Murli, the enthusiastic participants, the teachers and students of this law school. The reason why I am here is not all that they have stated before I stood up here, but only one simple thing, that gentleman sitting there, Mr. Murli, was also a student in Pondicherry. And we were together and shared the room in the hostel. So that's the only reason I am here, not for the other reasons. Even though formally the invitation is from your law school. And that is for the reason that along with your director, we were together for 2 years in the Law Commission as part-time members. The first time I came here, I was reluctant to go back because I liked the place. Later I have come and gone back. But this time when I go back, maybe it is more, it's a mixture of depression and a certain element of happiness, not in that proportion. The depression is for this reason that when you grow old and develop gray hair, you feel that you have done some work. On that basis, you will be able to survive for the rest of your life and have a happy life. But when you see the children here competing very vigorously and so competently, you feel that you are not up to the mark, you have to go back and work again. So that's the cause for the depression. I was looking through these all papers. I thought maybe that will be of some help because it says they are fighting about some product which gives some mood elevation. But then I found it is only the documents which are there as annexures, and that product as such is not there as an exhibit, so that I could have taken one and taken it with me. So now what is the element of happiness? Over the years when you see how the legal education has grown and developed, you feel happy. It also arises about personal experience because these days you get well trained how to go appear in a court, present a case. I will just tell you 2 instances as to what happened. The first time I went to argue a case in the High Court as a junior was in the Madras High Court before a judge who was a very good criminal lawyer before his elevation. My senior, who is a good criminal lawyer, was to go and argue the matter. So last minute, the client who had engaged him in another matter in the trial court came and paid the fees. So he said, I am going to the trial court, you go and do this matter in the High Court, because the fees had also not come and it was not likely to come. He told me, this is the case, don't worry, there is nothing in the matter. Practically it is infructuous, but make an effort. So I went, it was before Justice Pandya. He looked at me, small boy, darkish, thin, and he knew my senior because in the days when Justice Pandya used to practice in Tirunelveli, he used to send matters in the High Court to my senior. So he said, where is Ravindran? So I said, he is held up in another court. Is he coming? So I said, he asked me to get on with the matter. He asked you to do the matter? I said, yes. What is his matter? So I started 2 sentences. Then he said, you wait, like our judges do here. When the poor youngsters stand up to argue their cases, it's first the questions and then thereafter. So he was glanced through the papers. And then he said, I don't understand what it is. Then I said, Millers, I will explain. So I explained that part of it. Then he said, it's infructuous. You should have told me. I said, I would have done that, but then since your Lordship said, your Lordship don't understand, I thought I should explain it to you. So that's the kind of preparation we had when we went into the profession as to how to handle a matter, how to address the court. And everybody had a good laugh in the chamber in the afternoon. When I went back to the chamber, because Justice Pandyan rang up my senior and told him, this is what your young boy did in the court. And later when he came to the Supreme Court, when I stood up for a matter, he gave me a look. But after that, he has been good to me. The next time when I went to argue the case, it was more disastrous than that. And that's also one of the reasons. It was a case, it's a criminal case for quashing. Not much of a knowledge in those days. You understood something, and if your seniors had briefed you, it would have been better. But instead of briefing, he told me that this judge so-and-so is related to my in this particular manner. This is this, this is that, and he told me that you mentioned my name, you will adjourn it. You don't worry. Next date, I will come and argue the matter. So I also genuinely believed it must be so, if what facts he has stated and the end result should be so. So I went, asked for time, but unfortunately for me, the person who was on the other side, I think must have been more related than my own senior to the judge. So he refused to adjourn the matter. He said, either I dismiss your matter, you argue. So I argued to whatever it can be done. So when I went back in the evening to my office, he asked me, what is the next date to which the matter is adjourned? Because it's assumed it will be done. I told him it is dismissed. What? What happened? Then I explained to him. Then he gave me a look and told me, you have been in the profession now for 2 years. You don't know even to take an adjournment. So he asked me to leave the office from the next day. And I left Madras. And that experience has been so bad that even after I have been designated as a senior, in 1 or 2 matters when they asked me to appear in the Madras High Court, I had not been able to pick up sufficient courage to go there because that was hunting me. What will happen if I argue and the judge dismisses it? But did one good thing after the period when I was there, after I was thrown out from the office, because lack of how to do it, how to argue a matter, etc. We did a study on the legal profession in Tamil Nadu. Professor Menon was doing it, Murli was there, I was there, a couple of others, we were assisting him. This was 30 years ago. So during that period, I had gone around the state of Tamil Nadu also with a survey questionnaire, etc. to understand what is, how the profession is, what is the nature of the legal education, number of various questions, how it helps, etc. That was a really learning experience in regard to how the profession is structured. Most of the youngsters used to get 50 rupees to 200 rupees. I myself was getting only 200 rupees those days. And then the first generation lawyers were just at that time coming up, and large number of lawyers were second and third generation lawyers, and the income correlation was in relation to whether your family was earlier in the profession. A large number of them were from Murli's place, Tanjavur, and there were some interesting things which were thrown up in the study also. One of the question was, from whom did you learn legal ethics? We had about 5% of the people answering from the clerks. I thought it's fair enough. And more interesting than that was, there were at least 10 to 15 people who had answered from the touts. So I thought it's very good. At least there is honor among thieves. They teach these lawyers what professional ethics is. From what it was, thereafter Professor Menon went to Bangalore and established the law school. Maybe he thought, after having studied the legal profession in Tamil Nadu as a sample study, he will set up an institution and train people for coming and practicing in the courts so that the profession improves. I am not sure he is very happy with whatever he has done, except that he has built up the profile of the lawyers, both in the money market and also in the marriage market. Now at least the third option of most of the youngsters are in the profession to join the national law schools and 5-year courses. He was the other day mentioning to me that maybe now we must make it 6 years. Of course, you won't be affected because this will be, if at all it is approved, it will be for the future. And that in the last year, they will be sent to rural areas to practice not law as such, to deal with legal problems in different areas. He said that's the only way at least something can be done by these law schools for what purpose it was earlier set up. Now, Pratibha has told you that you must all come to the legal profession and practice. Yes, welcome. But only thing will be tough competition for us. But we don't worry. All of you come, be around, practice in the courts, also spend a little time in the corridor. In the meantime, enjoy your studies and childhood in the college. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those humorous and inspirational words. Due to constraints of time, Madam Pratibha Singh will not be able to attend the remainder of this valedictory ceremony with us as she must catch a flight to Delhi. We, however, thank her for sparing a valuable time to judge this competition and to grace this event. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Our chief guest for today is Honorable Dr. Justice Shalini Phansalkar Joshi, Judge, Bombay High Court. Ma'am did her schooling and graduation at Karad, District Satara. She studied law at ILS Law College, Pune, and did her masters in law from University of Pune. She was awarded PhD in law on the subject of child sexual abuse from socio-legal perspective by University of Pune in 2004. At present, ma'am is on the panel of examiners for PhD in law at Mumbai University. Ma'am has the distinction of being the first lady advocate and then the first lady judge from Karad. Ma'am joined the judiciary in the cadre of Civil Judge Junior Division and Judicial Magistrate First Class in the year 1988 and worked at Pune, Nanded and Thane. Ma'am worked at the Special Court for Tada cases and for offences of atrocities against women at Pune, Nashik and Ahmednagar. Ma'am has been the Joint Director of Maharashtra Judicial Academy since its inception in 2009 for 4 years and nurtured the academy, training more than 450 judicial officials. Ma'am assumed the office of the Registrar General of Bombay High Court from 21st April 2014 till she was elevated to the bench at the Bombay High Court on 1st January 2015. Some of Ma'am's notable cases include the Kotewadi multiple gang rape and dacoity case in Ahmednagar district. The High Court and the Supreme Court confirmed the conviction and sentence passed therein. The rape and dacoity case involving the Spanish lady in Mumbai, wherein evidence of the victim was recorded on video conferencing while she was produced in the German consulate at Berlin. The 2 Shakti Mill rape cases in Mumbai, which were decided within a record time of 7 months from the date of its inception. For the first time, the amended Section 376E of the IPC was interpreted. A few of Ma'am's special achievements include being selected by the Bombay High Court and the Supreme Court as a representative judicial officer from Maharashtra for a training program in England on the subject of gender and law. Ma'am conducted a pilot training program on gender and law and juvenile justice at National Judicial Academy, Bhopal. Justice Phansalkar Joshi, ma'am, also has a number of publications to her name. We would now like to request ma'am to kindly address the gathering.
you. Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, the director of the Symbiosis Law School and also the dean of the law faculty of the university. Dr. Muralidharan, then Mariyappa Puttam, then Manish Saurashtri, the respected and distinguished faculty members, and my dear friends. Students are my friends because I have been for a long time in the academy nurturing the newly recruited law judicial officers, and in that period I had also a good association with the students of Symbiosis Law School. So my association with Symbiosis Law School goes for a pretty long time, and I feel I am a part of this school, and this association has a very pleasant memories and also a very good cause. Because when in our academy we used to come across the newly recruited law judicial officers, then we were feeling that something has to be done. The judicial service as a career should be exposed for the law students also, then they will be attracted to it. And our idea was taken up by Dr. Shashikala, and then 2-3 batches and more than that, more than 200 students we had in our academy, and during that period I really had a good time and interaction with Professor Hazare, Dr. Hazare, then Professor Kulkarni, and ma'am I'm always in touch with, because it is a mutually beneficial exercise and interaction which I always encourage, and I found that it was an enriching experience for us also. Just as Advocate Pratibha Singh, being from the legal profession, has canvassed her case for you to join the legal field, I will canvass my case of you joining the judicial career, because it is really something, and it is just a second part or the counterpart of the one and same coin. Legal profession as such is really a satisfying exercise. I mean, it satisfies the intellectual urge and pursuit in us. Everyone wants to read and do something in the field, and that you can do really in the legal or judicial field. Every day some new laws are being enacted. The existing laws are getting new shades of interpretation from the higher courts. The implementation of the law is an issue which you can really work upon. And here, when the globalization, the new technology has changed the face of litigation, you are really having a gala time, not only to practice but to decide those cases also, which are very well presented by the practicing advocates before you. Just today, I mean, as Pratibha Singh has said, it was really, I mean, an enthralling experience to hear the two sides. And it was difficult to decide which side should win, because everyone was equally competent. The excellence with which you have shown in presentation of the arguments, the answering and giving responses to the queries raised by Pratibha Singh, who is an expert in the field, and we, therefore both of us left the job of grilling to her, and she has done it so well that you enjoyed, I am sure you must have enjoyed answering her queries and learning more nuances of the law of patents, because it is really an emerging issue. India is when entering into the global field, then we have to be prepared for the challenges. This is an area where very few advocates, I mean, can find the foot and grill and groom themselves. But once you get the knack of it, once you get those specialized skills, then sky is the limit. Because it is not only giving you the satisfaction, but it is also making a law in itself. Because this area, this terrain is yet untraveled, and therefore whichever interpretation which you may ask the courts to put up, I mean, if it is found to be acceptable, then it will become a law. And therefore the IPR, I mean, I am not sure that this must be the only college which is conducting these moot court competitions relating to IPR and law of patents. It is, I mean, somewhat complex subject. But the way all of you, I mean, those participating teams have achieved the mastery and understanding the niceties of these laws was very, really good experience for all of us to learn more from you. And we enjoyed being the judges here also and there also. So we really look forward, all of you, to join in the legal profession, because legal profession really gives you the satisfaction which no other job can give as such. You are not only fighting for a particular case, but you are also fighting for certain causes as such. In the law of patents also, you are fighting for the cause, intellectual rights, intellectual property rights. So this gives you something which no other, as Pratibha Singh has said, that it gives you the satisfaction which other services may not give as such, though they are also equally important. Working and practicing in the law courts may not be an easy job, because knowledge of law alone may not be sufficient there. You must have the skills of oratory, of presentation, of your case, how far you are able to communicate your point to the judge, and how far you are able to satisfy the judge on that. So it requires a lot of studying of not only the case, but studying of the practices, the studying of the judges also, because it makes so much of a difference before whom you are arguing the matter, and how far you are able to gauge what exactly you are being asked, and where the strength and weaknesses of your case are. So my friends, it is said that 90% of the cases are won by their intrinsic merits, whereas 10% or maybe around 7% of the cases are won because of the skills of advocacy. So your effort should be to bring your case within those 7%, so that even if the case is difficult, surely because of your skills of advocacy, you are able to win it. And then the satisfaction you will get is of immense, it is unparalleled, because you could achieve something not only for the cause of the law, for evolvement of the law, but for the cause of society also. Legal profession in India is having very rich traditions and great legacy. All our freedom fighters were from the legal profession, if you know. Our constitution maker, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, recent examples like Nani Palkhiwala, Ram Jethmalani, the way they are excelling. It is said that our first parliament was the richest in terms of its wisdom, knowledge, the nobility and experience. Why? Because 1/3 of its members were from legal profession. So these are the highest traditions and rich legacy which we are having. And with your performance after observing it, I am sure that this will not be only a history, but it will be a future also. Our legal profession will be having the equally golden future. And therefore it is very important that law is a jealous mistress. So you will have to totally devote yourself, commit yourself to the study of law. When you were arguing, you must have understood that when the judges were putting the queries, those facets sometimes you might not have studied. So it requires the study from all the angles, all the aspects. Then only you can say that you have achieved some competency, because the law is changing every day. Nothing is constant in the law. And in such situation, we have to keep ourselves updated. And at the same time, excellence and ethics never go out of fashion. So if you have them, then it is not difficult to achieve the success and to also achieve the satisfaction. It is said that if you are having a difficult case, you can afford to lose it, but not your client. At times, you can afford to lose both case and the client, but not the court. But at the end of it, you can lose all the three, but never lose your integrity. That is of utmost importance. The ethical angles is of utmost importance when you are really practicing. And that is the crux of the legal profession, whether you are on that side or this side. And that I am sure the Symbiosis Law School is really inculcating those ethical values in the students, along with the intellectual pursuits and intellectual curiosity also. So my dear students, while soaring high in the sky, also enhance the reputation of the school where you belong. give back to society because we owe a lot to our society from which we have come. Taking part in the competition is also of great significance. Whether you win or lose, it is not important. What is important is you have got something to take part, the way you conduct yourself in healthy manner. And from that angle, all of the participating teams deserve a great pat and congratulations. The way this entire event is organized and being conducted and is brought to the conclusion, everything deserves congratulations. And it is really great to be back, to come here in this institute which is having the state-of-art facilities. Here you have got everything. You think of it and Madam has already made provision for it. And therefore make best utilize it to the utmost, to the optimal use. And then sky's the limit. They say that there is competition, but competition is only at the ground level. Top is always vacant. I am sure all of you will achieve that top, and one day we will see you either in the bench or in the bar. So my all the best wishes to each and everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for that very compelling speech. Now, as the long-awaited moment after the past 3 days has come, we kindly request Advocate R. Muralidharan, partner, Krishna and Sarashi Associates, Bangalore, to deliver the results and to facilitate the process of the prize distribution.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good to see you all. And I'm glad that most of your faces are quite relieved. You are not anymore having the tension of the competition. Actually, I did not want to speak anything. I wanted to straight away get on with the declaration of results. But my good friend Mariyar Pudam is known to provoking people in a very benevolent way. Okay. Mentioned about the study which the Bar Council of India did in Tamil Nadu, and he very rightly mentioned. But what he did not tell you, which I am going to say, of course, is, or rather, the conclusions of this study. That is interesting, it is relevant, and I am going to the results very quickly. The study in which Mr. Mariyar Pudam actively participated and scrutinized, and given by Dr. Menon, who is a very celebrated legal luminary, okay, put it in one line. On the whole, correct me if I am wrong, my friend, the status of legal profession in Tamil Nadu, which I think had a fairly better evolved legal profession, I don't want, maybe I am a prejudiced guy there, okay. He said, the status of legal profession in Tamil Nadu is one of efficiency, inefficiency, corruption, nepotism. That right? Something else is missing, something more. And believe me, this created so much of furor. Nobody likes. The reality many times is unpleasant. So when you come up and describe what is reality, I know it resulted in such a lot of furor, resulting in occasionally lawyers boycotting courts, etc., etc. But since then to now, as he very rightly pointed out, the status of legal education is improving. There is no doubt about that. We are quite glad to see that. But whether the improvements in the status of legal education has resulted in the improvement to a profession itself, that's a bigger question. I think we need a little more time to look at it. But I do see there is a lot of, hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. With the kind of participation which many of you put up, and with the kind of interaction I had with judges, I know that there are definitely a lot of positive sides. Okay, light is definitely at the end of the tunnel to see that the profession is improving. So anyway, without much of further ado, let me request the participating teams first to come and collect the certificates. Then, that's the order in which Doshi had asked me to announce the results, so I stick to the brief actually. Okay. First, Alamin Law College, Bangalore. Please collect your certificate from Madam Shashikala Gurpur. And we are calling people in alphabetical order. This is not going to remotely tell you what is going to be the order of performance. We call teams in alphabetical order. Ma'am? Okay. First team to come, Al-Amin College of Law, Bangalore, in alphabetical order. Second team, please take a row, Amity Law School, Delhi. Again, the next, Amity Law School, Noida. Amity Law School, Noida. Oro University of Hospitality and Management, Surat, Gujarat. Then please come, Campus Law Center, Faculty of Law, Delhi University. That's Campus Law Center, Faculty of Law, Delhi University for you. The next, Center 2, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. D.Y. Patil Law College, Mumbai. Please come online, please. The next should be DES Navalmal Pirodia Law College, Pune. Then it will be Faculty of Law, University of Chittagong, Bangalore. Thank you very much for being here. Please. Bangladesh. In Faculty of Law, University of Chittagong, Bangladesh. Let's all give them a big hand. We are thankful to them. We are thankful to them and the member of the faculty for having chosen to grace this, and thanks for making the competition international. Next, Faculty of Law, ICFI, Dehradun. And please also Faculty of Law, University of Allahabad, come online since you take some time to come from the rear rows. And this is ICFI Law School for you. And thereafter it is Faculty of Law, University of Allahabad. The next will be Advani Law College, Mumbai. And the next should be Galgotias Universities. Please come forward. Now the final team to receive the certificate from Dr. Gurpur will be Government Law College, Mumbai. Now I request Madam Bindu Ronald to come and relieve Madam Gurpur and distribute the certificates to remaining people. And that would be from Gujarat National Law University. And the next team should be HNLU Raipur. Please come forward. HNLU Raipur, please. And the next will be IIT Kharagpur, Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law. ILS Law College, Pune. Give them a big hand here. They lost in the semi. Okay, I'll call them. Great. Yeah. And now I also call Government Law College, Ernakulam, to come and collect the certificate from Bindu Ronald. This is Government Law College, Ernakulam? Okay, good. And IMS School of Law, Dehradun. And the next should be Institute of Law, Nirma University. JSS Law College, Mysore. KC Law College, Mumbai. That is JSS for you, and now KC Law College, Mumbai. Kerala Law Academy, Trivandrum. Then Law Center 1, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. Thanks, we have 3 teams from University of Delhi. That's very nice. And the next team I request to come is National University of Study and Research in Law, Ranchi. And after the Ranchi team, it should be NBT Law College, Nasik. I request NLIU Bhopal to collect the certificate from Madam Bindu Ronald, and I request Professor Shashikant Ajare to distribute the remaining certificates so that Madam Bindu Ronald can be relieved. Dr. Shashikant Hajare is the moving spirit behind this moot court competition actually. And he had been the faculty advisor, okay, right from the time we have been doing it together, and we have been, I think by and large, very, very happy. The competition is getting bigger, better every year. I hope we'll keep it up next year as well, Professor. NLSIU Bangalore. Okay, where are they? Good. Incidentally, gentlemen, I taught there for some time actually, fairly long time, 4 years. NLU Delhi next. NLU JA Assam. Wow, lots of law schools, good lot of them. That's NLU Delhi for you, right? Or Orissa? Okay. NLU Orissa. Hey, take care. Okay. Orissa? Okay, very good. Assam, great. Wonderful. Great, yeah, I know you travel. I think they will qualify for the longest mileage award. They really come from the other end of India actually. Welcome, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. NMIMS School of Law, Mumbai. And the next to come should be Luals, Kochi. And the next should be R.N. Patel, Ipkowala School of Law, Justice, Vallabh Vidyanagara. After R.N. Patel College of Law, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Patiala should come. And after the Rajiv Gandhi School of Law, Patiala, Ram Manohar Lohia, National Law University, Lucknow. I think they did well. I thought they came to the finals. Right, great, very nice. Now I could see them. Yeah, okay. Ram Manohar Lohia Institute, great, very nice there. Socialist College, making a big mark in IP law. Great, welcome. Shastra University, Tanjore. Give them a big hand here. I belong to the same district. Afterwards, School of Law, Christ University. And thereafter, I would request SCLC Pune. What is SCLC? Okay, don't worry. SCLC Pune, and thereafter it's going to be SRM School of Law. And after SRM School of Law, Praveen Gandhi School of Law, Mumbai. And now I request Dr. Kulkarni to come and distribute the certificates and relieve Professor Sashikant. Praveen Gandhi School of Law, Mumbai. And let's welcome our sister school, Symbiosis Law School, Noida. Kulkarni to give the prize. Then Pendakonji Law College, Usmania University, Hyderabad. University Law College, Bangalore University, Bangalore. I taught there also actually, for some time. Welcome there. Then University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. And after University of Petroleum and Energy Sciences, you have call upon VIT Law School, VIT Vellore. Then last but not the least, as we told you, alphabetical order, West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences. Thank you, Professor Kulkarni. Thank you, Professor Shashikant. Thank you, Bindu Ronald and Madam Shashikala. Now, I think we have to announce the results. Right? Now, I think you know it. You know who will be the winner and who will be the runners. But you may not really know who is the best student advocate, who is the best memorialist, etc., etc. Those two teams have come to the final. One of them have to be the winner and the other runner. So let me begin with the second best advocate award. That goes to Mr. Gaurav Sharma of National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. Second best advocate. And that will be by Professor Shashikala Gurpur. You can give it from there, man. Huh? Easier. Okay, very good, Gaurav. That's good. Appreciate your being here. And you are going to get richer by 4,000 rupees in addition to your very stupendous performance. Actually, now I call upon the Best Advocate Award, this time it goes to Mr. R. Venkatesh, West Bengal National University of Judicial Sciences. And Advocate Maria Pujas to give away the prize. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, myself and Professor Shashikant Ajare discussed last year. We had a women advocate, a best women advocate and best men lawyer. This we thought is sexist and we should avoid that and have 2 prizes for best lawyers. This time it happens to be both men. Last time I said that there must be some reservation for men, right? Otherwise things are getting bad actually. Okay. Now the next will be, yeah. Mr. Gaurav Sharma, you only got the money. What about the trophy? You don't want that, huh? Again, Professor Gurpur. The next should be Mr. Venkatesh. Mr. Venkatesh?
He took it.
Huh?
Now you move on to best.
Okay, Venkatesh has come and collected. Great, thanks. Okay. Then, the Best Memorial Award goes to National Law University, Odisha. Very good. And Manish Saurashtra.
And sir, we forgot to call their participation certificate.
Yeah, okay. Right. And ladies and gentlemen, National Law University, Odisha. I'm sorry guys, I missed calling you for collecting the participation certificate. Now you get a double bonus. Okay. The participation certificate and a prize of 10,000 rupees being the best memorial. Wonderful thing is that the prizes are not yet repeated as I see it actually. Okay. And good show, ladies and gentlemen. Lady and gentlemen, very good show. I'm glad that you could make it. Now, well, only 2 announcements to be made and that will mark the end of our function. Well, I say the runners-up team first, and that is going to have a prize of 18,000 rupees. And I announce the names: Harsha Satyakam, Surabhi Pandey, Himangi Kabur, Amity Law School, Delhi, and Madam Justice Shalini Joshi would give away the prize. Yeah. Now I think all of you, I'll get all of you.
Winners will also come later on.
Yeah, yeah. Now there is no suspense.
Yes. And dignitaries will join in.
Yeah. Now ask all of them to join.
Announce all dignitaries can.
Now, runners up, wonderful. I know all competitions are closely contested and you had the best judges. Your performance was good. We are all very happy that the status of legal education is definitely improving. Thank you very much. Good performance, scintillating one. Action replay. Great. All smiles. I am glad. All women, all smiles. Huh? All women team. Good. Okay. Now you know who is the winner, obviously. You know, I don't have to announce it, but I still mention their names. Garima Nagpal, Anupal Dasgupta, Anamika Gupta again, Ram Manohar Lohia, National Law University, Lucknow. And all the dignitaries will give them the award. And they are also going to have a cash prize of 25,000 rupees. And I am happy that your clapping is drowning my voice. Great. Happy about that.
So you can also join the forum.
Yeah. That's okay. Join your group. That's our group. Let's do that. Great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful. So among the, yes. Among the top 6 teams. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure that you would have enjoyed your stay here, and I'll be failing my duty if I fail to thank the volunteers who made the function very big success. And of course, Madam Bindu is going to propose the vote of thanks. I'm not going to get into her job, but at the same time, I must again thank Professor Shashikala Gurpur, Kulkarni, and lots of Rupal and lots of others who had been very nice, warm, affectionate to all of us. And it's good, nice being with all of you. Let's make it better next year. Okay, now, yes, Goshi, over to you.
Thank you, sir. And we give a hearty congratulations to all the teams for their participation and for the prizes won. Now, as this competition finally comes to a close, we kindly request our Deputy Director, Dr. Bindu Ronald, to deliver the vote of thanks.
After the hectic schedule of 3 days, the trophies are claimed, and we have come to the end of this valedictory ceremony. It's been a learning experience for all the participants who are here for the 7th Symbiosis B. Krishna Memorial International IPR Moot Court competition. Everybody who has come to participate in this competition is a winner. Few are going back with the trophies, but everybody is going back with experiences that you have gained here. I take this opportunity to thank all those who have contributed to this competition. I thank our chief guest for the day and for the valedictory ceremony, Honorable Dr. Justice Shalini Fansalkar Joshi ma'am, for taking time off her very busy schedule and for being with us here. She has also been the judge in the final rounds. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us and also for addressing the gathering here. I thank Advocate Pratibha Singh for being with us here today for judging the final rounds and also for addressing the gathering. She also gave us some very good advices, and I'm sure the students will go back with those advices that she gave about taking up litigation. I have to share this, that at Symbiosis Law School, Pune, there are many who want to pursue litigation. Advocate Mariyar Puttam judged our final rounds. Sir, we are very happy to have you once again at Symbiosis Law School, Pune, and this time at our very own campus. I'm sure the audience wanted you to address the gathering for longer. I take this occasion to place on record our thanks to Krishna and Saurashtra Associates for partnering with Symbiosis Law School, Pune in holding this moot court competition. I thank Advocate Manish Saurashtra, partner Krishna and Saurashtra, Mumbai. Sir, we are very happy to have you here today. Advocate Muralidharan, partner Krishna and Saurashtra, Bangalore, has been here with us for the last 3 days, providing all the support and help for ensuring the smooth flow of and conduct of this moot court competition. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. I also take this opportunity to thank all our judges for the preliminary round, the octa, quarter, and semi-final rounds at this competition. I place on record our support and encouragement which we receive from the Symbiosis Management, Padma Bhushan Dr. S.B. Majumdar, Chancellor, Symbiosis International University, Dr. Vidya Yaravdekar, Principal Director, Symbiosis, and Dr. Rajni Gupte, Vice Chancellor, Symbiosis International University. Care, courage, and competence is the tagline of Symbiosis Law School, Pune. And Dr. Shashikala Gurpur is the epitome of all these qualities. Thank you very much, ma'am, for steering this institution on the path of excellence and providing all the guidance that we require. I thank all the participants who have come here to participate in this moot court competition. I hope all of you were taken care of. Hope you were well taken care of, and you're going back with pleasant memories of Pune Symbiosis Law School and with new friends. Dr. Hazare and his team of faculty and students have been working for months to ensure that this competition goes smoothly. And they've been successful at that. Thank you, Dr. Hazare, for all your support and help in this for this competition. Let me also take this opportunity to personally thank the group of students in this team. We have Somesh Srivastava, Dhruv Joshi, Vadindra Joshi, Priyanka Arora, Chandralekha Akhiraju, Prakhar Tripathi, Karthik Arora, Ridhesh Rajwanshi, Shushrit Gopesh, Sneha Priya, Varuna Agarwal, and Gauri Tyagi. They've been giving so much of support to ensure this competition goes smoothly. I also thank the support that we receive for all the programs from the EMC. Thank you very much, the EMC Council students, for helping and ensuring that all competitions and programs at Symbiosis Law School, Pune go smoothly. I thank everybody. I also thank all the viewers who have been viewing this competition because it was live. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. We now request everyone present at this gathering to kindly rise for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे